When you get up in the morning and you think about your day, what do you think about? Are you excited about it? Or is it like, oh, it's the same old routine, the same old hamster wheel, and oh, the week is going to be so busy, I've got so much ahead of me. And for many of us, that is sometimes what we have in our weeks. But if we don't have anything in our life that is what I would say lights us up, then we actually are possibly leading ourselves to stress and burnout. And research has shown that there are four things that we can do that can make sure that almost guarantee that we won't be burnt out. And one thing that I want to talk about today is absorption. And absorption is that thing that you do and you just into the flow. And when you do it, you just feel so free and so fulfilled that the hours just pass and you just love doing it. You feel like you're really creating your skills, you're really expressing your skills, and you just feel so fulfilled. And when you finish doing it, you just feel a real sense of satisfaction. Not all of us can do that full time in our jobs or in our businesses, and hopefully most of us are working toward that. But if that's not the case for you right now, think about what is it that really fulfills you? What is it that really lights you up? Because I'll tell you, in some ways that gives you clues to your real life purpose as well, because that gives you clues to the passions and the skills that you were put here to give to the rest of the world in the way that you express them. And so even if it's just a half an hour a week that you set aside to do that, you'll find that as you do that, you're actually going to start to enhance your well-being, because you're starting to at least give yourself some of that time to express that and to be fulfilled and to just get lost in an activity instead of being just rushed around by the schedule and the responsibilities. And reality is that many of us have responsibilities. We have business responsibilities, we have family responsibilities, and we don't always have time to always do everything that we love. But if you really, really try to, first of all, find out what that is, because some people say, I have no idea, I'm so busy. So think about just what it is that fulfills you. What is it that people say that they really appreciate that you do, or that that they thank you for doing? And those can be clues to the things that really are activities that might be worth getting into your life. I heard on TV a woman who was a single mom. She had 3 children and she worked full time. And she was dying to do poetry, but she was so busy. She wasn't doing anything that lit her up. And she was on the verge of burnout. And I saw a life coach interview her, and the life coach said to her, well, could you just set aside a half an hour in the week? And the woman said, yes, actually, I could probably do that. I think it was Saturday morning when the children were all out at sporting activities. So she set aside a half an hour once a week to write poetry. And what happened was it fulfilled her so much that she somehow created other space in her schedule to do it. And so she got more and more of that into her life. She was still working, she was still a good worker, she was still a good mother, but she was actually probably a better worker and a better mother because she was using her creativity and what lights her up as an outlet. And then soon what happened was she was reading poetry at the local library, and then, got to be known as a pretty good poet. So it's really important to think about what lights you up. And I think sometimes in business, it's so easy for us to feel like we've got all this responsibility, and, it's really hard to take time to ourselves, or we can't indulge. And if we're parents, we can't indulge in those things that light us up. But those are the very things that will help us to become better at our work, at our business, and with our families and in our life. So really think about what is the power that lights you up and how can you get it into your life.